Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Snow.
Hello, everybody! Welcome to Say It Ain't Snow. This is our second episode of the season. The season hasn't even started yet, but we already have one episode in the can. If you watched last week, we went through seasons 1 through 3. Today, we will be going through seasons 4 through 6, but we're just going to touch on things, talk about how the hell we got here, what's to come in 2 weeks on the premiere episode of the final season of Game of Thrones. Next week, we will be back doing season 7, as well as our predictions, our death leagues, or squads, or whatever the hell we're calling it. And if you're listening on iTunes right now, you're going to want to see our pretty little faces live. You can watch it live for free on Gas Digital Network. If you watch it on a Sunday, 15 minutes after Game of Thrones ends, we will be live. But if you can't watch live, which I understand is tough, you can get a free trial, a 14-day trial to Gas Digital Network by using the promo code SNOW. And you get the videos, you get all the other great podcasts here on Gas Digital. And there's a lot of them. They've expanded a lot, James, since a year and a half ago when we did our last season of this podcast.
I mean, it's hilarious how long it's been.
Well, I'm speaking to the man. Let
Hello.
me introduce the man with the bald head, all clean shaven. My friend.
What an intro.
James L. Mattern is here, everybody. Clap
Hello,
it
my
up.
love. Yes.
Clap it up.
What
Let's
a
do that
treat.
again.
Yes.
Clap it up for
Again,
James.
people don't realize this is our 8th take at the intro. We're perfectionists, and this is the best you're getting.
We just couldn't go with the first 7.
Life screwed you again, everybody. You missed all the other ones, and this is the best you get. You get Ugats.
So let's get right into this right now.
Yes.
I love when you bring out the Italian,
Yes.
slang. It's
Oh.
my shiz. But seasons 4 through 6, we're gonna go through them kind of piece by piece, I guess. But ultimately, my big takeaway from rewatching these 3 seasons would be.
Should I predict it?
Yeah, you want to predict it?
Okay. Your big take from watching seasons 4 through 6 is that the TV show stinks and the books are the best. Am I right, everybody? Boo, 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 boo.
He would be right.
I am the most accurate predictor in America.
It's not that the show stinks. The show's clearly great, right? People love the show. But let's
And you
be
are a
honest.
person.
Let's be honest with
You are a
ourselves.
person.
Seasons 5 and 6 are not great at all.
I mean, you are the opposite of what most people think. So,
No, that's not true. I think the consensus is that
6 is number 1.
That season 5 sucks.
Is that 6 is number 1. 5 is considered the bottom.
See,
I rewatched it and ended up liking it a lot better than I remember. To be quite honest, I finally come on. But 6, I think, is considered the apex.
Brian, our producer who also reads the books, like
Yes.
myself, James L. Mattern, a TV-only watcher.
No, I was out of the microphone because
Oh.
I am an unprofessional professional talker.
Well, I do want to ask Brian real quick. Brian, do you think season 5 sucked of Game of Thrones?
Season 5 is
Is the one that was season 5. What happened? John
watching
gets
it.
stabbed at the
Hard
end.
Home, John.
Hardhome's is outstanding.
The assassins try to kill Danny. That whole fucking storyline.
It had some of my favorite parts in the series so far.
I think 5 in it is secretly pretty good. I hated it initially. It didn't work for me week by week. It was better in a rewatch when you're binge watching everything else. 6, so 2 people who I really respect. There's another really good Game of Thrones podcast. I'll give a shout out. It's the Rewatchables on the Ringer. It's Mallory Rubin and Jason Concepcion. I
yeah,
think
but
they're
don't watch
great.
that. Watch this.
Yeah,
No.
we're more fun. I mean, we're gonna
Obviously.
go. We should drink with them. I think. Oh, they're in LA. Never mind, everybody.
Well,
but
we could Skype drink.
let's Skype drink with them. So here's the thing, though. They ran down their list in order of the seasons. Both of them said 6 was number 1, and I concurred with them. I think and I just finished rewatching 6. Yeah, that choke is the ghost of season 6. Telling you what's going on there,
I know, I
Chokey
just
McGee.
choked on my stupid Corona.
That was the ghost of Heron Hall.
So what did they put in what order?
6 was number 1. I think 3 was number 2. 1 was number 3, and they said that's one tier. And then they went to the next tier. I think they went was 2.
4 or 5?
And then that was its own tier, and then it went 5 and 7.
What about 4?
I think they went. Oh yeah, 4 was probably. Oh no, they went 6, 6, 1, 4, and they said that's undebatable.
Okay.
And then they went 3, then 2, 5, 7.
Okay, so basically you're saying that season 5 sucks because if it's the bottom, if it's the second to last out of 7 seasons. Now this is what I don't get.
I hated it forever, but I'm more warmed up to it now.
This is what I don't understand. I did not like season 6, and let me tell you why. You have to understand what season 6 represented for me as a book reader.
Okay.
What it represented was the first time that the series had moved past the books.
Mm-hmm.
So I took issue with pretty much everything that was going on because I was just in denial. You know, I was still pretending to myself that George R. R. Martin could write a book. I still thought that his opinion mattered. You know, all those things. I thought that the book would come out soon, so I thought maybe I shouldn't even watch it. The only reason I watched that season, James L. Mattern, is because we started this podcast in season 6.
We had a contract. Yeah.
We had a contract. And I'm not going to turn down a good job opportunity.
Yes.
Not with the great James L. Mattern.
Oh, come on, please.
Anybody else, I would have said no.
Yes, well, that's very kind.
But season 7, which we're not going to get into today, and I'm excited. We'll talk about, obviously, it's impossible not to talk about season 7 because that's where we are. But I really loved season 7, and I haven't watched it since last season, and I'm watching it this week in preparation for our podcast next week. What did you not like about season 7?
I'm rewatching it now. I don't hate it as much. But here's the thing. This is something that has been brought up by the people I mentioned and other people. 7 is when it became a TV show. Is that it got past what Martin has written.
But 6 was past what Martin has written.
But it still was more, it still wasn't as much as this is how a TV show's made. This feels more like we're making a TV show than any of the past seasons of having, oh, so that happened that season or that scene, the next scene, boom, this happens. And it's just, I don't like it. Like what I watched today, it's just so ridiculous. Oh, the bank. The bank comes and sees Cersei. The next scene, they get the money. And then the next scene is, thank you, I can't wait for it to arrive. Shut up.
But
do you realize how long it takes to get everywhere? So it's all just cozily packed.
But that
and it's annoying to me.
But Varys just appears all over the place.
It started at
and
the end of 6.
Like, there was plenty of that happening. And as we go through these seasons, you'll see how it kind of increases. But there was a lot of weirdness that went on.
I still had goodwill in 6. I was the opposite of you. I feel like you thought you could change your new boyfriend. Season 6 was your boyfriend and you thought you could change him.
I think so.
And by season 7, you're like, you know what? I like the fact that he leaves the toilet seat up. It's kind of charming. You finally gave up and it was like, you know what, dude? We can have crumbs in bed. We can do that.
Yeah. Well, you know, the end of season 6, the end of season 6, hold the doors, of this world, that was clearly genius.
It's wonderful.
Obviously that was great.
Tears.
And that you actually knew came from George R. R. Martin because he confirmed that. Those things matter to me. It's funny that now the TV watchers are upset about the show being like a TV show when I've been upset about that for many, many years now. So I don't understand you people.
Well, I feel like they're creating the scenes more as a TV show other than trying to adapt something. I know that sounds contradictory, but in my public school head, it makes a lot of sense. Is that now it's just, and I think them putting limits on themselves that there's 13 episodes left, they could have stretched things out and it would have been fine, like we're used to. But I think them putting these parameters and cramming everything into a second to last season that's 7 episodes, that I didn't like it.
Yeah. Well, so then are you predicting as we sit here today, 2 weeks out from the premiere,
yes,
that season 8 is going to be a bust?
I won't say that. They have to.
Sounds like you're saying that. It's only 6 episodes. They're like feature length, some of them.
I think they've heard that enough of the complaints from people and criticism that it was possibly their worst season. And so I think they probably have pride in themselves. Mm-hmm. And kind of like Tarantino after Death Proof, it's like, all right, well, I'll show you guys. And that's what it's going to be. Okay. Also, I think these feature length is great.
I love it.
A slower storytelling. I
still
like
only 6
that.
episodes, though.
I know, but at least those episodes have more shit in them.
Yeah.
So there's more storytelling still going on.
In the end, though, a 10-episode season would have more running time than the 6 episodes at longer lengths. And we went through the lengths last week. If you care about them, you can Google it because we're not going through it again.
And we don't like the lengths because we like it smaller, everybody.
We like it smaller.
Did we say that in this take of the intro?
Yes.
Or I can't remember now.
Yes. All right. Season 4. Let's go to season 4.
Yes.
So season 3 leaves off. Everything's depressing. Red Wedding had gone down. Arya is screwed. not screwed, but yeah, I guess screwed. She just saw her whole family perish, basically. She thinks Bran and Rickon are dead. Sansa is a fucking traitor. You know, she thinks that she's just like having a blast up in King's Landing or down in King's Landing or whatever it may be. But season 4, this is my favorite thing about season 4, the Red Viper.
He's great. Now, I find season 4, it's really interesting. I find it uneven for me. For some reason, it doesn't. And that's the season I started watching. My love affair started with this season. I like the Red Viper. I find the trial scenes bore me for some reason. Tyrion being locked up. It's just a lot of that just drives me nuts. And the whole build up to the wall drove me nuts, I guess. It's fine. The Red Viper is outstanding. And it's almost a shame that we really don't get that much of him.
Well, I think the thing about season 4 is where it really shines as a season is the stuff in King's Landing. I personally, Tyrion on trial, Tyrion and Shay. This is season 4, right? Am I on the right season?
Yes.
Yes. Tyrion and Shay. Shay's betrayal.
God, I got so angry.
Killing Tywin Lannister. All of it. The trial by combat. All of those things, I think, and those are very in line with the book. Like, those are scenes when you read them, you're like, I can't wait to kind of watch this play out on screen in front of me. And I thought it was handled really well. I mean, Peter Dinklage is one of the best, right?
Yeah.
So when you have storylines that kind of revolve around him, you find out a lot about him in season 4 and like what makes him tick before he goes on this very terrible journey in season 5 and 6, I think. It was all exciting until he ends up, drunk and bored.
Ends up drunk. He's drunk all the time.
But I mean, he's only drunk in the future seasons until he finally gets to Dany and all of that stuff.
Yeah, why was he sober? He's just drunk. You're making it sound like he's
drunk.
There was like 2 episodes where he was self-loathing and drunk in season 5, as he should be. He just had to strangle the woman he loved because she sold him down the river to death, and then started banging his father, who was happily going to kill him for something he knew he did not do. And then also his father he kills because he slept with the whore that the father threatened to kill him over if he caught him. So he's dealing with all that, and he also had to travel on a boat in a box surrounded by his own shit. Guess what, everybody? Let's crack open the rum and go. If you're in AA, let's just say you had several years of chips, and then you were in that box with that scenario. The rest of the members of AA is going to be like, yo, dude, you can have a couple drinks. That's fine. Look, you can get liquored up for that.
I completely agree. And not to forget that the fact that Tywin would even sleep with a whore after Tyrion had to give up the love of his life, who was a whore, and all the different. She wasn't even a whore. They told her that she was a whore. Is that in the show? Any of the things about his former love, and then he lets everyone rape her? Yeah.
Yes.
That's in the show, right? All right. Just a quick. I did recaps for these 3 seasons.
You did your thing,
there's a few things that I can't remember if it happened in the show or not.
Does that mean I could fib and make you think that things happen?
Well, as long as it makes sense into, like, if it's something from the book and it didn't happen in the show, like, yeah, for sure.
Do you remember? I'm here to fact check.
What?
I said I'm here to fact check.
No,
right,
man.
Good.
If I wink at you, though, it means let's roll with it.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, I'm gonna watch your face now, and if you wink, I'm gonna think that you're suspect.
I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna think that you're suspect.
No, I don't wink. I'm like that girl in that HBO documentary, Elizabeth Holmes. Was that her name?
What, the chick who
created that blood sample thing that was a fraud? You haven't seen that?
No.
It's called The Inventor on HBO.
Oh, I heard of that.
Doesn't blink. This is her.
Really?
And she talks in a deeper voice because she wanted to intimidate people.
There's too many goddamn things out.
There's too many goddamn things
shit out that everyone's always just like, did you see that thing? And I'm like, when did that come out? Oh, 17 things came out on Netflix yesterday.
17.
You didn't see it? Oh, no, I didn't see it. I saw the Fire Festival documentary. Yeah, that's a little dated now
Both
already.
of them?
No.
You're so behind.
I don't want to watch both of them. I read the review of what the Hulu one was.
The Hulu one I think's better.
It's different,
But
right?
it doesn't have as much jaw rule, and it doesn't have the big reveal.
Yeah. Oh, with the
Netflix.
Evian one?
With the
Evian
the
sucking the
blowjob?
dick.
Yeah.
I work with someone named Andy King. And that's that guy's name. And he was so into it. He like had an Evian bottle. I was like, that's weird that you're really leaning into this whole
Sometimes
thing.
you got to, man.
But anyway, all right. So what else goes on? New Dario Nahares in season 4.
I think I like him.
No, can we get a screen by screen? Season 3, Dario Nahares. Season 4, Dario Nahares. I want to know who you think is hotter, James. That's what I want to know.
With my my solid 0 to 1 on the Kinsey scale. Okay.
What?
That was my sexuality.
No,
but fine.
no. Let's look at these. We'll give him a second to find them. But I did not like new Dario.
I like his character better. I think he's a lot calmer and in the pocket and chill.
I don't think that's how he's supposed to be at all. He's supposed to have like a blue beard. He's supposed to be.
Well, neither had a blue beard.
I know, but the other one was hot, so I can let it slide. This one was very hot.
So you were single and you see this guy downtown Jersey City or Hoboken, wherever you hang out on the weekends
I don't
now.
go to those places.
And this guy comes and talks. This guy's a charming guy.
Is he?
I think so. I think he's
mean-
more charming than the lion coming to life. Yuck.
I disagree. I think that the old Dario is better. Just like remember when they had the weird skinny-legged Gregor Clegane? Because they've had 3 of them, right?
Yeah, I haven't eaten a sandwich mountain does not work for me.
Doesn't
I don't
work.
like that.
The new mountain is the best mountain.
Oh, it's the only mountain that they should bring him back in.
And his name is Thor in real life,
Winner.
right?
Where was
I
Half
think so.
Thor Bjornsson.
Yes, half Thor Bjornsson, but he goes by Thor. I've tried to book him.
He's
on
only
multiple
half
occasions.
Thor. What's the other half? Am I right? Too soon? Whatever.
All right. Well, I can't see that, Brian. So I'm gonna assume that you're showing it. And here we go. All right. I can't see that far, but that other Dario.
Yeah.
I
So
can
when you were
tell.
younger,
I can tell.
Did you have a crush on Fabio? Because that's what this dude looks like.
That's not what he looks like.
He looks like Fabio, and he also looks like Beast from Beauty
here
and
we
the
go.
Beast.
Look at that guy's eyes, and look at this plain, normal-looking, could be from New York guy.
Could be for I like the new Dario because he looks like. I would say this.
Foreign and different and Game of Thronesy.
I bet he's a better husband because he looks like he would build your children a treehouse. I think he looks resourceful, while blonde Dario Nahares
might read
is
me- he
too
might-
busy looking in the mirror at himself.
No, he might write me a poem.
I'm going to. That dude is not writing you a
He's
poem.
writing me a poem, and yes, he would at least initially, and then eventually he'd cheat on me.
He's going to
so
write
hot.
himself a poem because he's in love with himself when you look like that.
Brian, would you like to let us know who you think is the hotter Dario Nahares?
You know, they're all the same to me.
Oh, you really are that insecure you can't say which one is hotter?
Look, you've seen one Dario Nahares, you've seen them all.
Saying. Like, I don't know.
All right, thank you.
I prefer a blonde, I guess.
So he's agreeing with me, and I don't even like blondes. There you go. That's how great this
Oh, so it's
old
just 2 to
Dario
1.
Nahares-
Let's get everyone else in the building.
Alex
And-
would agree. Is that Alex over there?
No, Alex likes a dude who reads, which would clearly be Treehouse Dario Nahares.
Okay, whatever.
How
Another
good are my instincts? I'm good on instincts, baby.
Another thing that stood out to me in season 4 is just like, it was so fucking stupid that the Night's Watch so didn't trust John the way that they did. Like, I know that they're a bunch of criminal fucking weirdos, but like, I don't understand why they didn't trust him as much as they didn't trust him.
Well, because Crouster was the lead ranger, was the top guy at that point. And
Quarren Halfhand?
no, Crouster.
Craster's Keep?
No, not Crouster. What's his name?
Alistair Thorne.
Yeah,
Alistair Thorne.
My bad. That dude. Eating chicken with his mouth open, sticking up like a big chooch. So just a walking garbage disposal, son of a bitch. Like, that's a dude that he did a good job acting. If I met him, you'd want to hit him. And the kid who played Joffrey were so good that you really would like to take a shot at them in real life.
Kid who played Joffrey quit acting because people hated him.
I
But see,
heard
he should do
that.
the opposite. He should then do something fluffy. Like, he should play Mr. Rogers when they make like a biopic.
Or being like an asshole in a superhero movie. Just lean
He shouldn't be
into
an
it.
asshole. He should clean it up. He should be like, "Hey, young person, I'll walk you across the street. Hi,
He was-
old person, let
he
me
was
pet a
the little
puppy."
kid in Batman.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, was
got
he
scared.
evil, the little kid in Batman?
No, well, he sucked in some of that gas, and he was bugging out, dog.
Oh, well, I don't know. Well, it's like, look at someone like Bob Saget, right? He had to go on stage and just curse 8 billion times for anyone to not see him as Danny Tanner. So, I mean, maybe you're right, or maybe Bob Saget would have gotten more roles if he would have just played wholesome for many more years to come.
I've got
I don't know.
I've got the solution. I think little Joffrey should replace Aunt Becky in Fuller House now that she's out of work. That'll be totally get rid of Joffrey. You won't ever see him as Joffrey again. You'll see him as Aunt Becky.
Yeah, reboots are not having a lot of success with their Roseanne first, right? Which then they tried to bring it back without Roseanne. Which
Did they
is
cancel it
hilarious.
already?
Yeah,
The Connors?
I'm pretty sure they canceled. Can you just double check that they canceled the Connors? I'm almost positive that they did. Because of course they did. I think what Roseanne did was ridiculous and
Yes.
she's an idiot. But at the same time, it's Roseanne. That's the show. So not having her...
I appreciate them keeping the actors and the grips and all those people who were
Sure.
told they're coming back, giving them paychecks. I respect that a lot. Yeah.
I totally respect it, but I knew it would fail. Because
Yeah,
it was doing well in the ratings for like... Oh, wait, did it ever even launch? Yeah, it launched, right?
It launched.
It launched, and then they just...
It
Wow.
didn't do as well.
It's crazy how quickly things change these days.
Yeah.
Unless you're president, and then you can do whatever you want.
Whoa.
We're not going there.
As of last month, they were close to renewing for season 2.
Yeah.
As of last month,
Take
they're
that,
close.
Roseanne.
No.
Take that, buddy.
They're not renewing.
USA.
Let's do a prediction pool. My first one is they're not renewing the fucking show.
All right, death pool. What dies first? The Connors or bearded Dario?
The Connors would be mine.
Dario might not ever get a
I'm
line.
going to put the Connors on your death team, so you're stuck with them.
Oh, that's right. We're drafting for each other.
Yeah, the way we're going to do our draft, just so everybody knows next week, we're going to draft each other's team, and we're going to try to give each other someone who's going to die. Because you don't want
Not die.
No, I want to give you people who are going to die.
Oh, for survival, yeah. Okay.
Yes, I want him to have all the people who are going to die so that he loses. And you want your people to all survive.
Yeah, I'm giving you Dookie, man.
You don't fight with honor.
I never have.
I love the drops. We have drops now.
He did.
What?
The follow-up, and then the thing is, you don't fight with honor. He did.
Oh, look at you.
And
Look at you
homeboy dead.
quoting.
Because deep down I'm Braun.
Yeah.
Probably not.
No.
Ooh, we should do that next week.
What?
Everyone should get together of our team.
Okay.
And the 3 people, so you 3 would go in a room and I'd chill, and you guys would determine what character I am. And we do the same for you and for Brian and Alex.
I don't know if I can do good characters.
You don't think you're somebody on the show?
No, I'll
you
just...
can predict who I am? You
be?
guys would vote on who I am from the show.
I would be Ariane, and she wasn't in the show, so...
You are not voting for yourself. This is not...
All right. I know. I know I'm being ridiculous. That's because the show hasn't started yet, and I have a little room to be ridiculous for 2 more weeks. And then when the show starts, it's all business.
I'm going to be all ridiculous
It's
in the show.
all business. No.
Yo,
you got to be serious.
If you don't think I'm texting girls you up after episodes while we're in here, and you're like, what do you think of those of Dario? I'm gonna keep going back to Dario. I almost spoiled something that I think I don't know. I'm gonna put in my predictions for next week, I guess. But
you spoiled it. Why are you spoiling?
I was going to say because I let's just spiders are happening this year. Ice spiders are gonna be on the show.
That's the prediction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to bet on? Do you want to bet on like in the old country? Puh,
No,
spit in our
I
hands.
would think that. I think there's gonna be a lot of ice happening all
They're
over the
not
place.
going to show anyone those because that's going to bug people out. No pun intended. Even though spiders aren't technically bugs.
Yeah, I don't get the whole spider like.
You're a smart man.
We can't have drops just telling James he's smart. That's not cool.
Yo, with my 950
I need my
SAT.
drops to cut him down. No, I never took my SATs, but that's a whole other thing.
Yo, dog.
I took my pre-SAT.
And then didn't take an SAT?
No, I
How's
didn't.
that legal?
I didn't go to college.
Oh, I thought you
And
did
then I
go
went
to
to
school.
a community college for 2 semesters, and I went to trade school.
Dude, you figured it the fuck out.
Bro, I have a certificate.
You didn't need Aunt Becky paying off people and shit.
Shit. No.
Yo,
I have
dog.
no college debt. All right. Speaking about Joffrey finally dies.
No college debt for him either.
No college debt for him.
The ultimate college debt, his life.
His life is, I guess, the biggest debt. We were all very happy to see him go. I hate reliving the scene of when he tries to embarrass Tyrion and he brings in the little people.
Angers me.
It pisses me off to this day. I can't watch it. It pissed me off when I read it, and I don't like to even think about it. It's very cruel.
A royal wedding is not fun. It is history. Asshole. What does he know about history?
He
Cutting
doesn't know
books.
shit.
A little Fahrenheit 451 asshole.
Ugh, he's just the worst person. But I was so glad that he died. Obviously, we all were.
Is his death painful enough? Is it fitting enough? Him choking and turning purple.
Well, I think so. And this because the Red Wedding is so, you got to remember, those 2 weddings happen in the same book.
Yeah.
Technically, right?
Oh, they technically happen within 3 episodes. You just
exactly.
have an off season.
You
in
have
between,
an off season
yeah.
in between. So, like, really, the impact of that wedding after everything you just experienced with the Red Wedding, it's enough for me. And you don't want it to be. It almost was like anticlimactic, almost like he just chokes and dies, and that's it. He's gone. But like then the mystery of whodunit, and that's what kicks off the great plot of Tyrion and then the Red Viper and all of the things that went on, and him trying to get his vendetta against the Mountain. Red Viper meaning the Red Viper. So, it brought good storylines along with it, I think, in season 4.
So it's within 100 pages in the book? These two weddings. There's a red wedding, then a purple wedding.
It's pretty close. I wouldn't say 100 pages. Those books are, that third book is 870 pages. Or it might be more than that, actually, that third book. It's huge.
Maroon.
So it could be 200 to 300 potentially.
So once
but close enough where the red wedding happens and you're wiped out. You're wiped out.
And then there's a purple wedding. So here's my theory.
Then there's a purple wedding.
So here's my question. As a book reader,
yeah.
Once you get past the purple wedding, do you now think that this is just going to be every 150 pages? There's going to be another wedding and a colored wedding and dead. Do you think George R.R. Martin's becoming Weezer, where it's just going to repeat this over and over? Oh, it's the teal wedding.
I didn't want any more weddings. That was what I wanted. But then after that happens, book 4, you don't see Tyrion, you don't see Jon, you don't see Dany, you don't see Bran. All of those characters aren't in book 4 because they only see it from the eyes of the Greyjoy fam.
I'd want my money back.
It was a good book. It's underrated, I think. Brian, do you think that book was underrated? Book 4?
Yeah, I was still waiting for my favorite POV character chapters.
Sure. Yeah. I agree. But it takes him 100 years between fucking books, so it really sucks if your point of view characters aren't in there. But speaking of Joffrey and all of that, no, not speaking of Joffrey, Dorne, right? So we don't really get to see into Dorne until season 5, right?
Yes,
That's when
you hear about Dorne.
You hear about Dorne, and you see the Red Viper. So our expectations for Dorne were
big orgy,
sky high.
Everyone's just fist fucking each other for fun.
It sounded awesome, and they sounded badass. I'm like, if the Red Viper, if this man, Oberyn Martell, is the man coming from that place, I thought Dorne was going to be the best. Wow. I know we talked a little bit about Dorne last week. We touched on it for a second.
Yeah.
But quickly to jump over to season 5, why? Why did they drop the ball? How did they drop the ball so badly on Dorne? That's what I want to know. Because is it in season 4? Is that the season with Marcella and stuff, or is that season 5?
Season 5.
Yeah, season 5.
Where there's the 2-man and 3-hand mission.
Yes,
to
you
go
have
save the daughter.
Bronn and Jaime. Bronn trains Jaime. He has no hand.
So that isn't great. Let's be honest about it.
That's the worst.
So there are elements of 5. For some reason, I think I just expected to hate 5. That when I was done watching it, it is clearly one of the lesser seasons. I agree with the assessments of that, but. That mission is kind of whack. So we've discussed it. The acting, for some reason, of the Dornish people is trash.
Trash.
It's other than the bodyguard, the bigger black fellow.
What the fuck is his name right now?
Bobo.
I can't think of his name right now.
It's a very. I'm a fan.
Arrowhota.
Yeah, it's too hard to know all these. These names are crazy. But so he's dope. Enough with the sand snakes. We discussed it.
Well,
that girl could catch it. She was hot.
Well,
the little one. I'm gonna be honest. You know who I'm talking about.
I know.
Yeah, the one who flashes Bronn. She could get cracked open and cleaned out.
Sure.
Part of my language.
But she can't. But she can't act whatsoever. I don't know if it's just that they're such bad actors, or the writing was so poor for them and they didn't know what to do with it. I don't know.
And
just
the mom wasn't good that season either, and she's good. I just saw her in Hulu's The Act.
Oh. You watch a lot of real weird things. I never even heard of The Act.
This girl was chilling with one to watch it, and it's very it's disturbing. It's not real good hookup show. It is not
disturbing.
a good Hulu and chill.
Is it good disturbing? Like it's a good show
it's
and it
based on
happens
real
to
life
be disturbing, or is it like it's disturbing but it sucks?
Are you familiar with the D.D. Blanchard murder?
No.
The mom who convinced her daughter that she had cancer and gave her things to make her teeth go away, and it's called Munchausen by proxy.
Oh yes, but sharp objects.
Oh, I never saw.
Spoiler alert.
Whoopsie. But yeah, it's pretty disturbing. And Patricia Arquette is the mom. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild.
I can dig some Patricia Arquette.
Chloe Sevigny is in it.
Oh, I can dig her too.
Who is getting hotter.
Is she?
She's like 47. God bless you, Chloe.
Were you a big Love fan? I know we're getting off a little bit, but if you like Game of Thrones, you like other shows too.
No, I couldn't do it. That'd be hilarious if people, no man, I'm strictly Game of Thrones.
I just watch Game of Thrones once every 2 years.
And I like Seinfeld. That would be, like, if your only show you watch was Game of Thrones, that kind of person also like would chip with Seinfeld. I like a little Kramer in my life too.
Well, I've met people who have never seen Seinfeld or like barely watched Seinfeld.
I barely watch Seinfeld.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah,
you're the people.
Yeah.
I don't get. And you're a comedian. How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, I don't know. You're in radio. Does that mean you listen to every radio show?
No, but I've listened
Did you
to
listen to
Howard
Art
Stern,
Bell? Are
who's
you a big
god
Art Bell
of
guy?
radio. No, I've listened to the gods of radio.
Art Bell was a god.
But it doesn't get. It's not in fucking syndication all over on every channel all the goddamn time.
Art Bell was, yes.
And
Overnight?
Seinfeld's on Hulu now, right?
Yo,
Looking at Brian.
They're gonna
Brian,
bid on
do you
him.
know?
Dude, Seinfeld's so popular they might interrupt episode 2 this season of Game of Thrones to just throw in an episode, just in case there's backlash to episode 1 of this season. Like, we've got the restaurant episode just ready to go in the middle.
Yes. Quickly to go back to season 4, Liza is a cunt. I just wanted to say that.
Jesus. I guess my aunt isn't listening to this episode. I'm going to tell her we didn't put one out.
That's the first time we've said cunt on this show? Really? It's Game of Thrones podcast. How can we do a Game of Thrones podcast and not you say the word cunt? It's like against all of the things that we love and appreciate about Game of Thrones.
Why are all the gods such vicious cunts?
There you go. Thank you, Brian.
Was that Socrates? I don't know.
Well, my point is this. In season 4, you find out that her crazy ass is the reason why all of this even begins. She wants Littlefinger. That's all she's wanted. And she's a fucking psycho. She's still breastfeeding little bird, little Robin. Yeah. And yeah, she dies. That's what happens in season 4, right?
Yes. I mean, she unravels very quick when her niece comes.
Oh, man, because she just reminds her of Catelyn, right? Catelyn would take away, or Caitlyn, I like to call her Catelyn, but Caitlyn, she had the love of Littlefinger, and then she feels the same way about her daughter kind of having that affection from Littlefinger. She sees them kiss. That's all she needs to see, is to see them kiss.
Well, 2 things here. First of all, I wonder what Littlefinger ending up dying is weird to me. It's I don't know, that's not until the 7th season. Because it makes me think, what was his full game? Just chaos? It kind of feels unsatisfying that when you rewatch, you see him playing all these angles, and he was just there the whole time just to disturb. And then he has this wonderful plot to kill Joffrey. Well, what was he really gaining there? He just wanted more chaos. He didn't really want to be with Liza. Then his creepy barely making out with Sansa still plays hard to me. I can't. It's really tough to watch. It really creeps me out. But also, let's go back to this. I mean, isn't she Catelyn? Why do you call her Caitlyn? I don't think she's ever been called Caitlyn in the show.
People call her Caitlyn.
It is Catelyn.
It is Catelyn, but some people call her Caitlyn.
Guess who I call those people?
Okay, good.
Wrong people.
So
man.
then I'm right.
Yeah.
So I was right the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you wanted. You wanted to just wrap that whole thing up by saying that I'm an idiot?
Yeah, because I'm not calling you an idiot.
Well, no.
I would never call you an idiot. My love, listen to me.
Then let me explain to you why Littlefinger is the way he is.
Oh, good.
The reason why Littlefinger is the way he is because he was born in a less noble house, and that's been a chip on his shoulder forever, and he has wanted respect and lordship and power and money, and he wanted to be accepted in the bigger ranks like these other lords. So he having power and being able to pull the strings is like the one thing he can do. He's a self-made man, that Littlefinger, and I think he just has a chip on his shoulder to the point that the whole time, I mean, he has plans for himself to have power in some way, a periphery kind of power through other people, because he's not by himself. His name isn't enough to make him powerful.
No.
No. Do you think I'm wrong again?
Not unless he married Lysa or, what's her name? Sansa or...
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all of the things that he does, he has plans for it. It's not just to cause chaos. He's been trying to position himself to have some sort of power and some standing and like in the society that he's never had.
See?
That's what I think. I don't know. Brian shaking his head.
I agree.
I need validate.
You're doing
me.
great today, buddy.
Validate me.
You're a smart man.
Thank you.
Just throw a "wah" in front and you're good.
I don't mind. You're a wrestling fan. Becky Lynch is the man. All right.
Becky Lynch is the man.
The other thing that we're going to move on from season 4. Arya goes to she cashes in her chip and to start her really great Bravos journey.
I love your anger and misery.
I hate the stuff with Arya. I've realized that too more. I don't like it. It goes on too long. Two seasons of that shit.
It's good that she's a badass now. That's fun.
I love Arya.
Yeah, it's tough. It made me want to start eating oysters again, and so I thank that season very much.
I love oysters.
Clams, and cockles. Yeah.
That's your big takeaway from the season?
Yeah, that's what I'll take from that.
Well,
I like Homeboy.
It's terrible.
I like
Hot Pie?
God bless. Man, he put on weight in season 7, dog. I mean, that kid. I mean, he was already a big kid, but that scene, he's heavy. A girl is. I mean, Jack and Akai or whatever.
Jack and Agar.
That guy's great.
He's hot.
I want that. He's a good-looking kid.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
He kind of reminds me of Dario Nahares.
Yeah, he's
the original Dario Nahares.
Doper version of that. The original Dario Nahares is who you get when you can't get Jock and Ohio.
Oh, Alex is here. Let's ask.
Jock and Hagar.
Let's ask.
Let's ask Alex. Okay, which one of these two men that we showed earlier today?
Don't make eye contact with me or Marissa.
Don't look at us.
Original flavor or second flavor Dario Nahares.
Which Dario Nahares do you like better?
And I'm not looking at you.
I'm not looking at you.
For people who are
either.
just listening to this on iTunes and on Gas Digital, just the audio.
We're not looking at Alex.
We're not leading we're not trying to mislead the.
Alex has really deep thought about this.
I very easily go with the one on the right.
Is it the one with the beard?
One.
She does not.
The new
like
Dario
blonde.
Nahares, Alex.
Yeah, I predicted it too.
Well, no. Now we need a tiebreaker. Is there somebody else
I
in
don't
here?
like a pretty boy. It's like too much.
Yeah.
Mike Feeney's here.
I don't like.
Mike Feeney's a pretty boy.
All right,
He'll go
let's
with the
get Mike
goddamn
Feeney.
blonde.
Mike Feeney, don't say anything.
He has no opinion on this.
Stop saying things. We need to know who is the hotter.
Yeah.
Dario Nahares of those two.
You know who he's gonna. Don't look at him.
Don't look at him.
I'm looking at you.
You're trying to tell him what to say.
No, but you know who he's gonna go with.
I don't know which either of you agree. Are you talking sex with this one person or hotter?
I'm always thinking sex.
Yeah, she's from New Jersey, Mike.
All right, so if it's sex, I gotta go with this guy on the right, man.
But you don't think he's hotter than the other guy?
I think the guy on the left that looks like Thor is a lot more. He's a pretty boy. He's a lot more of a pretty boy, yeah, for sure. But that other guy, if I'm looking to sleep with a man, that's what I'm going with.
Is it
Well, Michael,
well.
Michael, I owe you a drink, Michael.
Hey, now I have an opinion.
Now you have an opinion, Michael.
Alex is apologizing to me. It's okay.
But Alex,
Wait. You guys are just saying he's a pretty boy. If you watch this season, that's just a picture. The other Dario's not so rugged.
he would make a goddamn birdhouse, a clubhouse
I don't
with
need
his
a fucking birdhouse.
No, but that's a man who takes a hammer and goes.
Man? We're talking about this guy's a pretty boy, and yet we're just putting gender roles all over these guys. Come on, because he looks like a man.
Don't go HuffPo on me. Don't go HuffPo on me with gender roles.
I'll go HuffPo right now. I'll go HuffPo. That other guy is just as much a man.
To anger.
I can't believe I lost, but it's okay. This is just. It's fine. I'll take my loss now so that I can.
You win or you die.
All right, I get it. All right.
You didn't die, at least.
I didn't die, but this is just now. I took my loss, and now I'll win the death pool, and all will be right in the world. Anyway, Ygritte dies in season 4. There's that.
Yeah,
She
I skipped that
hesitates and
episode.
dies. Qyburn creates Gregor monster.
That doesn't get seen till
AKA
5, but he
Sir
starts
Robert
the work.
Strong.
Yes, he starts the work on it.
Yeah. Oh, that
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
yeah.
I mean, we're gonna get there. This is this
baby, I
episode.
just-
We're in the episode.
The episode.
This is our episode of 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, we're just there.
Listen,
Look.
I have lots
I feel
of
like you're having a
notes.
bad day, and I feel like I need to grab your arm like it's Goodwill Hunting and tell you it's not your fault.
Thank you.
It's not your fault.
I appreciate that. I just need to eat. My boyfriend's making me tuna steaks tonight, so
That's delicious.
I got that to look forward
He's
to.
a good boyfriend.
He's a great.
Are you gonna ask
boyfriend.
him who he would fuck if he had sex with men, bearded or not?
I would love. Let me text him and see if he'll text me back real quick. I'm just gonna text him quickly.
But it is 3-2.
I'm gonna say for the show.
It is
so
3-2.
he knows.
So no,
Yeah.
I guess this is
Who
NBA
would
playoffs now.
You
4 out
rather
of 7.
fuck old Dario?
And if
or
he says
new?
if he evens it at 3, then we have to grab Michael Cannon, Michael Shane Cannon,
Okay, hold on.
who I think would go with Thor. Michael Cannon would want, if he was gonna have sex with a guy, he would want to grab his
Guy
hair.
doesn't even look like fucking Thor.
He looks like Diet Thor. That's why he doesn't look like
Diet
Thor.
Thor.
He looks like Thor.
The other Dario's not some big jack guy. You guys are making it
He's
sound
not
so
jacked,
fucking jacked.
but he looks like a dude.
Whatever.
Like a real dude.
Whatever. All right, the Children of the Forest. Remember that?
handsome.
Hey, hi. Do you want to talk about who you want to fuck? Come on.
Wait, you can do it right here.
You want to talk about fucking?
I mean, this
With
is
us?
this is how our podcast is. You just ask a very wonderful comedian.
Yes.
Who do you want to talk about fucking about a man?
Which one of these
we
guys
have
would you
great
rather
comedians
fuck,
here.
First of all, happy birthday, Michael.
Oh, old Dario says my boyfriend.
All right. So it's a tiebreaker, Mike. Don't look at him.
Tiebreaker.
Don't look at him.
I'm not
Just
looking.
off of looks, purely?
Yes.
I mean, I like a guy with a strong jawline, but I also feel like the guy in the beard is going through more shit. He just looks like he's trying to cover it up, and he has a weaker jaw like me. So I don't think we would mate well. I think I would need somebody to overpower me with a strong masculine jaw, strong brow, kind of an old Cro-Magnon look, and to punish my asshole, I'm going to go with the blonde guy.
Yeah!
I predicted that. I predicted you would.
Yes.
Mike, I know you so well that if
Brilliant,
you
Mike.
were on the Kinsey scale that way,
Yeah.
that's who you'd go with.
Buddy, it's. I mean, you know, it's. I got locked down early. It still could happen.
It is.
Great to see you, baby.
Thank you so much for your amazing contribution.
Boy, what a
to Say It
comeback
Ain't
you
Snow.
made right there.
Wow,
Boy, you're like
look at-
LeBron.
we have all these guest stars
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the show tonight. It's a wonderful life on here on this
All right.
this here
Can-
podcast. Say It Ain't
Can
Snow.
Alex go out on 6th Street and find... we need more women. Can we find 5 random girls? Can we grab the... Can we find the girl who's working the bar at Josie's? Can we grab her and her bar back to bring them in?
Go find 5 girls on the street.
There's a bar next door.
Because now I can't accept this 4-3.
All right.
I need to flip this. Can we go to Beetle House? Them Beetle House girls down the street
You're
are
so-
definitely going to go with Bearded Dario.
Nah, man. No.
If goth
No.
girls are going to go,
Goth girls
I
are
feel
gonna
like
go
Alex
with
is a little goth.
the regular
I'm a goth
looking-
girl inside. And now we know Mike
Please.
Feeney, deep down inside, cries to Joy Division. We
Well,
didn't know that till now.
Listen.
Love will tear us apart.
I'm just glad that my boyfriend wants to
Fucking-
fuck old Dario because that
Yeah.
makes me feel more secure in my relationship.
Boy, you can both think about old Dario when you're having sex with each other, and that will be awesome and
Ooh.
incredibly weird at the same time.
Well, yes, that's going to happen tonight, I guess.
All right, we have 19 minutes.
Okay, we have 19 minutes, and the last thing I will say on this is that nothing of this shit matters anymore. Let's go to season 5. Season 5. First bone I'm going to pick off the bat.
Right out.
Maggie the Frog, the prophecy that we see handed to Cersei about, basically they make it all about the fact that she's going to lose her
Yes.
children, right? That's like what it ends up being. That pisses me off because that's not what it's all supposed to be. They don't
Explain
do
that to people.
they don't do the Valonqar. The Valonqar is the Maggie the Frog tells her that the Valonqar will get her. It's like an old, an ugly, and it's to be assumed that it's Tyrion,
The younger brother,
the younger brother.
even though Jamie is minutes younger.
They could all
Yes.
technically be. They could both be it. So a lot of people have theorized that it could be Jamie that would kill Cersei, and we still kind of think that could happen. But
It's definitely Jamie that kills Cersei.
yeah, I agree.
Minus
Especially with the
600.
way that the last season ended.
I
with them
agree.
splitting up, like, emotionally.
Oh, absolutely. But at this point in season 5, you would, if you would have heard that, you would think it was Tyrion, and they don't do that in the show, correct?
They don't. But
I don't know
They
why.
do. It's in there.
They do
She meets
Valonqar.
Maggie the Frog.
No,
She
they do
says-
Maggie the Frog, but they don't. They just talk about her children. They don't talk younger. They talk about Marjorie.
you will not marry the prince.
Nope.
You will marry
It's
the king.
It's the last line she tells her is that she's gonna
Let's pull up that
get killed.
scene. You talked about
Well,
blowing
no,
up
no,
scenes.
no. She says that gold will be their crowns. Gold will be their shrouds. Their
Okay.
shrouds. Yeah.
But she never mentions the Valonqar.
I don't believe she does the Valonqar. I will say this. Yo, Maggie the Frog, I would so hook up with. Oh my God, I want to go to a goth bar with her so bad.
I wonder who she'd want to fuck, old Dario or new Dario.
You know that she's goth, dog. She's straight up. That's a goth girl. She
what
wants
is
to
with
have-
you and the goth thing?
Because
I don't
deep
know
down
why that's
inside, I'm
playing.
Winona Ryder from 88 to 92. That's who I am.
You're just
That's my
real-
spirit animal.
You're so on that bar 2 blocks away. That's all you can think
I am
about.
gothed
It's
out.
all
I've come to
you
grips
think
with it.
about. You need to go find yourself a goth chick tonight and satisfy this urge.
I
of
might have been
yours.
texting one earlier.
Oh, this is
joking.
why.
Just joking.
James,
Come on.
you were.
I'm no.
You were. We
I'm
have to.
still
We
trying to
haven't
kiss
had
a girl. I'm still
I
trying
need
to kiss a girl.
updates on your
No
love
one likes
life.
me.
I like
No one
I
loves
like
me.
your updates.
Nobody loves me.
No, that's not true. Oh, let's watch this Valonqar thing quickly. All right, let's fast forward to like a part where she actually says some shit. Little Cersei.
We shouldn't be out here alone.
Oh,
why
shut up.
not? If your father, he'll never know we're gone.
Oh, here comes my girl. Look at my girl. Just dreaming about skulls and shit.
Get out. Get out!
All high at opium.
Let's go.
No. Cersei isn't scared.
Oh, look at
Listen
that.
to your friend. They said that you were terrifying. With cat's teeth and 3 eyes. You're not terrifying.
You're just
boring.
James's future wife.
Ooh. You don't know what I am.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Yo, has she been in something, Brian?
3
I've
questions
seen her in
again.
something.
Oh, wait.
You don't like the answers.
Now I just want to hear and watch this show.
Let's just watch whole episode.
I've been promised to the prince. When will we marry?
You'll never wed the prince. You'll wed the king.
What an upgrade.
But I will be queen.
Oh, yes. You'll be queen.
Oh, yes.
For a time. Then comes another. Younger. More beautiful. To cast you down and take all you hold dear.
Yes.
Will the king and I have children?
No. The king will have 20 children. And you will have 3.
That doesn't make sense.
Gold will be their crowns.
And guess what?
Gold. Their shrouds.
That's right.
No Valonqar.
No Valonqar.
No Valonqar.
Yo, her teeth are a little whacked.
to go.
I have to rethink everything now.
All right, I know something for once. There you go. I know something.
I agreed with you, my love.
I'm just... No, you didn't.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
Well,
I told you there's no Valonqar.
I'm just mad at... I don't know, James.
At the world?
Yeah, just a little bit. But wait. That happened. I'm sorry.
You're doing
can't with
great.
These notes. My notes are
Let me
like...
look at your writing. Can I read your writing? Let me see this.
I just scribble stuff.
Sans. All right. Can I just read random notes? All right, here we go. All right, let me go through season 5, and then I'm going to throw it to you for once.
And realize, wait, real quick, I have to write these in. I was watching a 25-minute recap video, and I had to write like a fucking psycho.
I mean, some of this is in hieroglyphics. Here's my favorite one. Sand snakes suck with 2 exclamation points. I think there should be 5.
Not enough. I didn't have time to write the other exclamation
Ooh,
points.
okay, here we go. All right. Jorah captures Tyrion. Do you like that or not? This is me kind of as like old school Larry King. Remember when Larry King would just be like, "Did you fuck her?" Back after this break, Chicago. You're here with Marissa, and we're discussing Jorah capturing Tyrion.
My brain is so mushy, I needed to keep notes so that I could remember what the hell had gone on in each season, and clearly I still cannot remember. And I'm not even stoned or anything. I'm just, my mind is mentally shot. It's pathetic, really. That's why we like to watch the episodes and then we just react.
We just go, how do you feel about the Sons of Harpy?
I hate them.
Okay, explain why.
It's just, you know what it is? It's just, I guess you get to the point where Danny that it was, I just felt like it was so long. Like I feel like I wanted action that I just didn't care enough about that. I guess because I'm a book reader, I've been waiting for Danny to do something else that I didn't want to sit through this nonsense with the Sons of the Harpy.
It's interesting. You got so nervous. I was gonna rip them in front of you, see how you react.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! And to you to sigh after me saying that is exactly why I should have done it.
I know. I would have died.
Look, I think
you didn't read this note. This is funny.
Let me see it. Let me see
Brienne tries to help Sansa, but she's still retarded.
Oh my god!
This is just stream of consciousness.
She's just awkward, Brienne. That's all.
Sansa's just fucking annoying and
Sansa.
stupid all the time. And then she's just like kind of evil-ish.
Her and Seven is annoying as a boss. She ends up being good at delegating stuff. She's a very good leader, but her trying so hard, just yuck.
I agree. Not that I like the trying because it's cool that, good for you. But I don't like her character progression. I don't think it's that believable. I think it's weird. She's just such an idiot for so long that it's hard to then see her trying to be like, I'm powerful now and I want power.
She's gone through a lot.
She has. Well, that's the thing. She has. And the Ramsay Snow stuff.
That son of a bitch. We should discuss him.
That's all right.
Because we are running out of real estate here. my dear.
Let's talk about Ramsay Bolton / Snow. I
Fills
don't
a
like
void
watching him either.
So let's discuss. To me, this is a big take from these seasons. There is a huge void for heroes once the Red Wedding happens. That is something. That's a hangover I have in season 4, to be quite honest. 5, I think, had a hangover with me for a while because now we lost Tywin, who is outstanding big bad, is kind of the guy who's the most powerful man. Even with Joffrey, he's the one really calling things. He has to let Joffrey go off the rails at times, and then Joffrey obviously is the big bad, and we lose them both. We lose them within 9 episodes of each other, and that's a lot to recover from. And you get the Boltons as these heels, these big bad guys. Roose, you hate, but he's tolerable. Ramsay becomes the big bad, and he's awful. He doesn't reach his absolute apex of despicable till season 6, I would say, though. It takes a while to really get to that place where you're borderline Joffrey level hate. I'd say by the time he gets eaten by his own dogs, and first of all, Battle of the Bastards is one of the absolute best episodes. Top 5. It is outstanding.
Yeah, you love that episode.
I didn't want to. I almost skipped it last week.
Really?
And then I sat and watched it. I came home middle of the night from something. I think I might have treated myself to a bag of goddamn mini Kit Kats because I am a man. And sometimes you have to.
I understand.
And by
that.
sometimes I mean also last night I did randomly. But that episode plays great, and the hatred you have with the death of our boy Rickon, whatever we want to call him. That's
which
fun.
I thought was anticlimactic, to say the least,
Yes.
about Rickon. You have no character development. You kill his direwolf for no fucking reason. Shaggy dog.
Poor Shaggy dog.
Poor Shaggy dog.
Poor your Shaggy 40.
Where's our direwolf, Shannon? Brian?
She's full of such anger.
Running it around in the woods.
Oh,
She's joined the pack.
Nymeria. She's just pulling a Nymeria on us.
That's right. Maybe she'll be back.
I need my direwolf.
How do you pronounce Rickon again?
Rickon.
I thought you pronounced it Caitlin.
Well, listen. I say.
What a business we're in.
I didn't know how to say his name for a while.
I didn't either.
And I kept forgetting every episode because you know why? No one says his fucking name because nobody cares about Rickon. He's like the Tommen of the Starks.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's what he is. Who's now king. And talk about fucking idiots. We'll get to that in a second. But I just want to quickly go through season 5 because we are running out of time. Janis Slint gets his head cut off. That was fucking awesome.
Who admitted that he was always scared. I thought that was really nice.
What?
That this guy admitted that he was always a chicken shit. That this guy who was the head of the Night's Watch and the King's Guard.
No, the city.
Or not the City Watch.
The City
yes.
Watch. Mm-hmm.
And then ends up becoming a top guy in the Night's Watch.
Mm-hmm.
That was he's just a soft dude. He's just S.A.
He's just
W.F.T.
terrible. Yeah.
And he ain't nothing.
Well, I was glad that
I've
happened.
always been scared.
Did I miss that?
The fact that I love that the Night's Watch is supposed to be, you don't hold any house, you don't hold any of this, but man, they love the motherfucker dude who was a bastard in a house.
Night gathers, and now my watch begins.
Yeah. But the top dudes just love Lord Snow, like being dicks to him, and I was the Night Watch. Well, you're here, everyone's here on the same thing. We all fucked up or had nowhere else to go.
Yeah,
and so we're all should be kind of equal. And just because you led the City Watch, you're a top Night's Watch?
Well,
no, you dumb bearded asshole.
But they're there because they fucked up where a lot of these guys had no other options or they were just low-level nobodies. So, they feel superior to all those people around them. Now, I will say one of the things that I think the show really dropped the ball on happened in Season 5, and I think that was killing Mance Rayder. I think that they did not need to off him from the show. I think he should still be in the show. And in the books, he is still alive. And so I am hopeful that he will have a larger role in the actual book series because Mance Rayder, I think, is an amazing character. Horribly cast in Game of Thrones.
Wow. I thought a lot of people liked him.
Well, only because I had the vision of what Mance is supposed to look like, not just his
Does he have a blue beard as well?
No, he doesn't. But he's a...
Is he a masculine blonde guy with a blue beard?
No, he plays... He's like a musician. He plays music.
Boy, that strikes a lot of fear in me.
Right?
Hey, Mance, the free folk are going to attack the wall. What do you think we should do?
Oh my God! All right, Marcella gets killed by poison kiss
By
from
her
the
acting
stupid
coach?
sand snakes. Yeah, the acting of the sand snakes just killed her. And the whole really thing, like the biggest thing that happens in season 5, I would say, is like this is faith militant storyline kind of begins. Marjorie gets arrested.
Oh, man.
It's all of a sudden a big part of the story, which
Shame.
thankfully ends with all of them being burned to the ground. Which is my one of my top 5 favorite moments of the whole series, and that happens in season 7.
Season 6, the final
Season
episode,
6.
The Winds
Yes,
of Winter,
season 6.
which is arguably, I think that's in the top 5 episodes of all time. I think so much happens there. We finally get to see baby Jon Snow.
Yes.
Go into the scene of Jon Snow becoming King of the North, which I watch that scene almost weekly to motivate me.
The King of the North!
It just gives me hope as a bastard from the desert with no real identity. Just the runt, just the last child, just the punk in the street, to quote Steven Tyler, that great American poet.
Well, I mean, look, the guy's he was the commander of the Night's Watch. He becomes
Great leader.
He's murdered by his own men, is resurrected, and then decides to finally leave. And now he gets to be the King of the North, and we all loved it. And I love Jon Snow, and now he's banging Dany. So that's going to be interesting going into season 8.
I love that you read that all like it was his resume.
Yeah.
So,
that is
son,
his resume.
before we hire you, let me look at what you've done before. Oh, I like this. You were the bastard of Winterfell. That must have been tough. You worked your. You became the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. Very good. Oh my goodness, you're a King of the North. King of the North. It says here you're fucking the mother of dragons. That's pretty good too.
You didn't even note that he was murdered and then resurrected. That seems like the most
you came back
thing.
like Jesus Christ. You did.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're fucking the mother of dragons.
Yeah, there you go. Now that's better. One of the last thing I'll say.
That's my middle management voice.
Season 5, we get like a really great White Walker showdown in season 5. That's when they go to with all the wildlings. Hardhome. That's the episode with Hardhome.
One of the top 5 episodes of all time.
We're up to about 8 of those. And but that's when you really kind of get to see the magnitude of what that
When he does
looks
this?
like. Yes.
To come at me, Snow?
Yes.
Yeah, that body language.
The Night's King.
He gives eyes because they're related.
Yes. And one thing I wanted to mention
Or he's grooming Jon to be his replacement. That's a potential hot take for next week. I think it might end with Jon Snow leading the White Walkers. Yeah. Baby, I come at angles that you didn't even know.
It's going to be Bran.
I think
Too
most
obvious,
things, when I think too many things, I mean, Bran seems like he could be the Night. There's a lot of things we can
The
talk
Night King
about.
touched Bran's arm.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's 2 different people.
but it's in different times.
No,
It's-
man. I
No.
don't think so, man.
Bran.
I'm going to turn hippie. In this
I don't
too,
care
man.
what you say,
No,
James. I'm just
dude.
going to disagree with everything you say today.
Yeah,
All right,
just
real
like
quick.
everything.
One thing that's disappointing, I think, about the series as a whole is that they don't have Jon Snow warging. And I think that was a big misstep, too, because the fact that the Stark children are wargs, it's not just Bran. Like, Bran, Arya, Jon, and...
No
and,
Sansa.
Well, Sansa, her direwolf died right away.
She would be above it.
But her
I don't
direwolf-
want to be an eagle. I want to be queen. You'll ruin everything, eagle.
That's exactly what would happen,
Yeah.
James. Oh my God! But yes, I think that they really fucking dropped the ball on that because, and I think the same thing with Robb Stark. He would not have. He's too busy like
Combing
doing
his hair.
stuff and combing his hair and trying
Talking to girls.
fucking the wrong girls and causing chaos and death and terrible things just because he liked his little Volantis woman. Season 6, Jon Snow gets resurrected. Oh my God. A lot of shit happens.
All it took was us to see Melisandre in her 255-year-old naked body.
Yep. There was the first time
Which
that
I
we
still
had
prefer.
ugly woman sex.
Yeah.
Or nudity. Ugly
Yeah.
woman nudity.
Yo, that's rough.
You don't get a lot of that in that show. We only get ugly man nudity, which, just so everyone knows, have no fear, Dick Watch will be back this season. Dick Watch 2019, the final reckoning. Dick Watch.
I mean, you don't think there'll be penises in the spin-off show?
The spinoff that is, I can't even think about that right now. That would be outside of the scope of what this show is to me. It won't be canon to me.
It's going to be years in advance.
I don't care.
The prequel.
I know.
Well, are we not going to do this?
No, we're going to do it.
Come back and do it?
No, we're going to do it.
Oh, but there's no page, so you'll hate every scene.
I'm saying it would be...
There's no pages of it, so you'll be like, oh, I don't think this character who was just created, I don't think that so-and-so's story arc is like that.
Okay, well, whatever. You know what we haven't talked about really quick?
Please.
The Greyjoys, right? Euron Greyjoy, season 6, really becomes, obviously, a big player. He kills Balin Greyjoy. He wins. Yeah, he wins the King's Moot, I guess you could say. He wins. And then you see that he is kind of a crazy fuck.
You know who he kind of is to me? He is Alfred Molina's character in Boogie Nights when he's smoking crack, when he's free-bracing. To me, Euron looks like he parties hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give her my big cock. Like that's who he is.
Yep.
Where's my niece and nephew? Let's murder them. He looks like he's based out all the time.
Well, you know, I would agree. And he doesn't like anybody who is any sort of threat to him. Family doesn't matter to him.
Yo, I feel that's a fun spinoff. I just want to see his adventures.
You know, sure.
Probably easy to write.
I love
Episode
the
1,
Greyjoys,
goes somewhere and kills everyone. Episode 2, goes somewhere, fucks everyone, kills everyone. Episode 3, you get the picture.
I do get the picture. I'm not getting stressed because we did totally miss season 6 here. Children of the Forest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the last ever one died,
of goths. They're
right?
a bunch of goths.
Yeah, they are.
They listen to The Cure.
Well, the last one ever died, and we find out in this season that they also created White Walkers.
By sticking dragon glass right in their bodies.
So that
Why did I struggle to say body
I don't
parts?
know,
Yeah,
but
that's
that's
a big one. I almost said skull 3 different times.
We have so much to learn about the White Walkers in the final season. There's so many things, and I think we would both agree that, I mean, Bran is the key to all of it. Bran is the only person who could tell this story the way that it needs to be told. I think if anyone's going to survive at the end of this show, it's going to be Bran. And I think, I don't want to give my predictions. I feel predictions in my bones, though, because I think it's going to be a fucking bloodbath. I think most people are going to die.
Oh, I think
most of them.
I think grips are going to die. I think people at the craft service table are going to die.
Yeah, everything doesn't drop like flies.
People at HBO. Look, if you're intern at HBO, good luck. Yeah.
We might die just because we cover the show.
Do I get to tell you next week how it all ends?
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
of course,
No,
of course.
we alluded to in last week's episode that Brian is going to tell us how everything ends. Apparently, he says he knows. We're holding out judgment for that. Anyway, Rickon's dead. We don't care. Finally, no more Ramsay. We don't have to deal with that anymore.
When Jon Snow beats the shit out of Ramsay, and that anger, that was great because that was a beating for everything else. It was Ramsay became the proxy of the Red Wedding, of the beheading of Ned, the raping of Sansa, which he actually did. All of this, that Jon Snow finally got to let loose and do that. And he was on death's door. He had to crowd surf in the middle of that battle. Is lucky that his double-crossing sister, not double-cross, but what are going behind his back, getting the Knights of the Vale, who are the dopest.
Yes.
I didn't realize they're the Navy SEALs of
they're badass.
Of Westeros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're badass. You don't get a chance to really appreciate them.
Yeah, they're dope.
They are dope.
And I like
they
what's
save
his
the day.
name?
They save everything. And really, Sansa, if it wasn't for her calling up that little finger, it would have been really bad.
Yeah, if she would have been a warg.
To be fair, it's all her fault anyway.
Well, everything is Sansa's fault. Let's just blame Sansa for everything.
Yeah, but if she would have been a warg, she could have been a salamander instead of trouble. I don't want to be a salamander. She's Veruca Salt, isn't she? Or is she Violet? I get them confused.
I don't know.
Daddy, I want the golden goose. Yeah, that's Veruca Salt.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Oh my God, they're the same person. And I don't know if I've said this. Cersei is basically the blonde in Absolutely Fabulous. That's an obscure reference a lot of people aren't going to get.
I love Absolutely
which is
Fabulous.
Yeah. Oh, no, not the blonde. She's the red one. She's blah, blah, blah. That's the same faces. She's still great.
Same faces,
But she's basically playing.
Cersei?
Yeah, she's doing Jennifer Saunders' character. It's like the same person.
Oh,
tell me.
Are you saying that Lena Headey or whatever is just a fucking cheap ripoff of
Of Jennifer Saunders?
Jennifer
No,
Saunders?
I bet that if you got her drunk, which she sounds like she likes to have a good time, she sounds like she's cool.
Yeah.
I bet she'd probably tell you that secretly that was an influence.
I would
Patsy.
really now
Is
somebody.
it Patsy or Adina? No, that's Adina.
Patsy's the other one, the blonde one. Okay, quickly. Cold hands is Benjen. We find that out.
Even though Martin says no.
Martin says no, but
He's cranky now.
I don't know what's going on.
He'll probably tell you that Tommen wasn't Tommen.
Listen, basically, when the books come out, I'm burning the show. I'm never watching it again. It's not going to matter to me anymore. This is just a place filler until the real story comes out.
When the rest of them get written by some dude who hasn't been born yet.
We gotta wrap in a second.
Who Simon and Schuster hires.
The Tarleys are idiots. One good thing that comes out of the stupid Tarleys, Sam steals the Valyrian sword.
Yes.
Very important, having Valyrian steel. Arya versus the waif. You know.
I think I'm in love with the waif, even though I hate her too. I think she's interesting.
Really? Is she gothic enough for you?
No, she will tell me I'm a pussy for being goth, and that turns me on.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like that.
Maybe.
I guarantee you, that actress is clearly the opposite of that in real life. She's probably She probably only goes to musical theater. Like she knows every number in Hello Dolly. Like if you looked at her Spotify, it's just show tunes. I guarantee you.
I bet you.
Show tunes, and then probably Adele. When you break up with her, she just look you. She just listens to that nonstop, dog, nonstop.
All right. Finally, let's see here. 1-1 died. That made me really sad.
Yes, that did make me sad.
Septa Urnella is locked up and being tortured for
Getting
years.
raped.
Getting raped
by the mountain.
Yes,
by
getting
a dead man.
Raped by a dead mountain man.
How do you make rape worse? Have a dead mountain do it. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
A freak of complete nature and weird science, I guess you can call it. Tommen kills himself, making Cersei finally a free woman. She has no
Great
children
suicide scene.
anymore. Was
So simple.
glad to see him die. Arya gets revenge, has Walder Frey eat his other Frey children and family, and gets rid of him as well. And Melisandre's banished. Tyrion becomes the hand of the Queen. Queen meeting Dany. And then the most important thing, I guess you could say, R plus L equals J.
Finally.
Which people were somehow confused about. I remember that when everyone was confused. I remember at the end of season 6, everyone was fucking confused. And I was like, what are you confused about?
Yeah.
James, you just watched the show. You weren't confused at all.
Well, I read spoilers. So I
that's
know.
true.
I read book spoilers.
All right.
You're forgetting the introduction of Lady Mormont, who is the best.
Lyanna Mormont.
She's a bad bitch, man.
Do we have a drop from Mormont? We should
better
have one.
live.
She is goddess.
And she's going to probably tell Jorah to go fuck himself when they meet head to head because he disgraced the family. I didn't disgrace the. She's the best.
Yeah, she gets like the best lines.
You, Lord Mandalay, and you refused accord. And you refused accord.
Well,
But House Mormont remembers. The North remembers.
Oh,
she's the best. I want her to give speeches. Because they should give her speeches, famous speeches from movies like sports movies. Like I want her to do speeches from Rudy. I want her to do the Al Pacino scene from Any Given Sunday. This is what I want. This
I think you're onto something there.
14-year-old girl just giving these motivational speeches.
You know what? That could be a good YouTube channel. It really could.
Brian, can
You're
we get
onto
her
something.
agent and
Can
pitch
we-
this?
I can find the name
Oh,
of
yeah,
her
I got her
agent.
on the line. I'm talking to her right now.
Well, I'm saying, can we?
It's
Jesus,
totally
Brian.
possible.
Salty Brian.
Listen, I'm gonna go on my
They've called you
IMDb.
Salty Brian.
I'm gonna go on my IMDb pro page and find out that chick's agent, and it's gonna be on like Donkey Kong, and we're gonna ask her to do record some kind of sports speech for us. But anyway, look, I know we sped through season 6.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We spent through
You
41
all-
years of my life.
You all saw the seasons, but we did our best. Next week is where it's really going to count.
Mm-hmm.
Season 7, the penultimate season of Game of Thrones. We're going to be here. We're going to recap, so we're ready for the next 2 weeks from now. The episode, the premiere episode. We don't have a title yet, correct? There has not been a title yet released. Hopefully, by next week's episode, they will have releases. So we
Actually,
can talk about
I do
that.
have it here.
You are such a bet.
No, I have it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Episode 1 of season 8 is. We're very sorry that season 7 was the worst season, and the only person who liked it the best was Marissa.
Well,
that's the title of episode. I'm sorry to spoil that, everyone. I'm sorry. Listen, salty Brian.
Brian's all salty. Why? No, Brian's you like season 7, Brian?
Yeah, season 7 was great.
Yeah, you see, I really find it ironic that the fucking show watchers it's too much like a show. Why is it so much like a show? But when I bring up the books, everyone's like, it's not about the books. The show is different than the books, Marissa.
Well,
and now,
you can't do page by page, dude.
Bro, this is ridiculous. Season 7 was a good season.
Listen, Haas. Let's keep doing this shit.
Oh, let's just do this for the rest of the
Until you call me cheap.
You have a show to do.
I have to go perform comedy.
But we're going to be back. I did want to plug one thing. If you were in the New York City area for WrestleMania,
yes.
You really should come out to Habanero Blues in New York City on 36th Street from 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern. We're having a crazy party. 10-year anniversary for one of the greatest shows ever, Busted Open, which airs on my channel, SiriusXM Fight Nation. By then it'll be channel 156. We're changing channels. It's very sad. But Mark Henry, the great Hall of Famer.
Mark Henry.
Bully Ray, the great Hall of Famer. Dave LaGreca, the greatest man. Eric Bischoff's going to be there. Jim Ross is going to be there. David Arquette, Dan Soder's going to be there. Nick Aldis.
NWA heavyweight
Yeah, I think Dalton Castle's going to be there. I mean, we have a crazy show plans, and it's free and
I
open.
think I'm going to be there.
And you fucking better.
I'm going to be there. And I'm going to be dressed as my favorite professional wrestler.
Perfect.
New Dario Nahares. He has just signed with AEW.
Oh, perfect. He's got his finger on the pulse of what's coming up.
Oh, he's the best.
Really gets it, that guy. But it's free and open to the public, which is very rare in this day and age. So come out, hang out with us, and it's gonna be fucking epic. And James says he's gonna be there now, so we'll both be there as well. And James, I love you.
Oh my goodness, you're the only woman to ever say that.
No.
Including...
What about your mother?
Joanne Mattern. That's another story.
Oh, no. That's a story for a different day. We need another hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all. Tune back in next Sunday, 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be back here. Final episode before the season premiere. And, check you later, friends.